What we're going to show here is actually getting the cape off the deer. If you run in a situation where you have to cross state lines now with all the regulations we've got, we'll show how to do it yourself if you get into that situation. We've even got county lines now with CWD positive. It's illegal to cross the lines because of the chronic waste disease. So if you run into this situation, have to cape your own deer, I'm going to show the proper way to do that. I find it easier to start in the mouth area, and we're going to skin this part down, and then we're going to do our incision on the back instead of coming from the back side. But what we need as taxidermists is this lip skin from the edge of his lip. We need about 3/4 inch of this all the way in the inside of the mouth. So I'm going to start on the bottom lip here and pull it down, and I'm going to start cutting this skin. We're going to skin him. Like I say, we're leaving part of this skin, this much skin to the outside edge. Just put your knife right in between his jawbone and the lip, edge of the lip, and start peeling this down. You can see what you're doing better starting from the inside of the mouth. After you get that part, we're going to start under the nose. Same way for the palate of the mouth is this part where it joins under the nose pad. We're going to leave about the same amount of skin. Cutting it all the way around. Holding this and cutting it. Cut through that until you get to the skin and stop. Being careful not to cut through the skin. Then we're going to take a knife and we're going to hold it flat with the upper part of this. That's on the upper part of his palate. The septum is the cartilage between the inner walls of this nostril. And we're going to cut straight down, and then as you get past that, we're going to start cutting back up. You cut through this meat, when you get to the skin, stop. You get past that, just keep a peeling off the bridge of the nose. So we've already got what we need on the mouth area here. So we can stop right there. So you don't have to look from the inside. It's kind of hard to tell what you're doing if you're going from the other way, but we've got what we need left. It's important to have this much skin left from where the hair starts and the raw skin starts. We've got probably a 1/2 inch of skin all the way around here to use. That's actually used in the mounting procedure to tuck in the lips. So we're going to stop right there. We're going to turn it around. We're going to do a y-incision, back of the head. From where the antlers, if you draw the straight line from back of that antler burr to right here, it's going to be about right here. So we're going to skip down about 1 inch below that line, and we're going to start with the We're going to just go through the skin, and if you look at the hair pattern on your deer, most of the time you can see this deer's got a black streak right down his neck going down to his back, and we're going to try to keep that incision right in the center of that. Just pull up on your knife, trying to keep it right in the center of that black hair pattern. We're going to go about 4 or 5 inches right there's plenty. Then we're going to go from this cut. We're going to part the hair from where that starts. We're going to come in here with a knife. We're not cutting it yet. We're actually parting the hair and get us a place to cut without cutting the hair. When you get that parted, then just push your knife down. Then you don't cut your hair out, because this is where the deer will be sewed back up. Part it, come under the antler burr, cut through the skin, all the way, and you turn your knife up if you need to get in under that burr. So we've got that. Then we're going from this incision, this point, gonna part the hair, keep them cutting the hair, then mash down on your blade, keeping it parted. So that's got us a Y incision. Then we're going to take this flap, this V flap, and start skinning. Getting it off the skull. You're going to have to take your knife and get in under that antler burr. After you get it started, it just peels as you cut. Get that peeled, then start here. Coming on top of the ear butt. Start peeling it around. Then we've got to the ears. We're going to cut through the ear butt. You're taking it loose from the base of the ear butt to the skull. That'll just peel out and on that antler burr. Have to do a little cutting on it. You'll have to cut a little under it, turn your knife up, get in under that burr, and then pull. You don't want to leave any hair on the skull. You want all your hide where this actually joins underneath this burr. You want that peeled out without leaving any hair on this part. When we come up with that incision, most of the time you have to get that started by cutting, just to getting it. When you get that first broke loose, it'll start skinning. We're right on top of the ear butt right here. So we're going to have to cut it loose from the head. We're coming right through here. Cutting through the ear canal. And just skin it after the ears will pull down, just start skinning it right on down. The next critical area we get to is the eyes. This is where most everybody messes it up, is cutting too far up on the eye. This area right here. You're going to keep your knife back from this eye opening. You don't want to get too far up on the skin and cut through this epidermis, this brown epidermis. This is where most everybody messes up. They cut them right in here. So stay back. This skull opening where this bone is on this skull, cut right in front of this bone. And after you get it there, you can see through there and cut it right on through without cutting the eye skin. That's actually the most critical place on skinning one out. Right in this front corner, the cornucula skin right here, you're going to cut down to the bone, the nictitating membrane. It stays on the eye right here. Then you got the tear duct. The tear duct is a little C gland right in front of the eye. It protrudes up into the skull, and there's skin, raw skin that goes up in that tear duct. You don't want to cut through that, so you want to stay next to the skull with your knife. There's a little white tendon running from the cornucula to the tear duct that you want to leave on here, and you hadn't cut nothing. There again, right here's our critical place. Right in front of this skull, this eye skull here. Stay back next to it and cut through. Coming right on down to the front corner, you're going to put your knife between the nictitating membrane and the cornucula skin. Then your tear duct, there's a little C pocket there. It's going to stay next to the skull. Makes it a lot easier starting at the mouth. You get to this point, you ain't got to deal with all that. And there you have it. You got perfect eye skin, nothing's cut. This inner skin is left on the hide. The tear duct is good. You left a septum in the nose. You've left a ½ inch of skin from the hair to here. You need a ½ inch of skin. Front of the bottom lip, upper palate. That's the way it's done.